as it says on the slide, we need to load up this file, and you're given the beginning of the program. So if we just look at our next slide, here are the 4 initial parts that you've got to get programmed here. So to tell the user whether or not they're old enough to use Facebook, 13, to have a driving licence at 17, to vote at 18, or to get into a 12 certificate film at age 12. There's also a couple of commands here just for you to change the colour, but get the basic ones done first. So what we need to do is ensure that we've got BBC Basic loaded up. Go into your Lesson 2 folder, make the icons large, and then get hold of that file and drop it onto BBC Basic. Now your font won't be as large as this, you can change that in the options if you really need to do, but I'm just doing that to make it clear that what's on the screen. We've asked the user how old they are. Input A stores their age in the variable A. So now we need to use our if then else to make a decision then. So if, and what we're looking at is A, is greater than or equal to 13. Okay, so this is for the Facebook one. Then we need to tell that user what happens if they're older than 13. So we're going to use a print command. I'm just going to put p dot and a speech mark. So in that case, if their age is greater than or equal to 13, then they're old enough to use Facebook. Now we need the else. So in the PowerPoint we talked about the ones and zeros. So if they're not, sorry, if they are old enough to use Facebook, the only other option is that they're not old enough to use Facebook. Else, so print just check your spellings at each one of those there. Press enter so that we've got back to there. Let's just run the program, and we're just going to test that one now. So if someone says that they are 12, then it's saying they're not old enough. So let's run that again. If they say that they're 13, it should say they are old enough. Good. Let's run that again. If they say they're 14, then it should still be saying that they're old enough. So we're okay with that one. So now we just, first of all, make sure you save your program, and then we can go on to our next task. So driving license at 17. So if A is greater than or equal to 17, print you're old enough to have a driving license, else print now this time when we run that, we've got both of these that we want to test out. So let's pick some extreme numbers. If we say that someone is 99, then it should say they're old enough for both. So let's type run. If we say they're 1, they should not be old enough, which is working. Yeah, so then let's try 15, because that's in between our two ages. So old enough to use Facebook, not old enough to have a driving license. And again, let's try 18, and it's saying that they're old enough for both. So continue doing that for these 4. Once you're done, then you can start adding these commands in. So what we want with these commands is, if they're not old enough to do something, we want it to print in red. If they are old enough, we want it to print in green. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to change this colour to 15. So that means our main text is in white, and then we can use our colours on here. So what we do for this one then, if their age is greater than or equal to 13, then we want colour 10, which is green, and we put a colon in to say new command. And else, colour 10, put the colon in for the new command. Now if you're careful, you can just copy and paste those to your others. So if you've done all 4, which you should have done before you do these, then you can just go through and switch these. And I've just realised I put the wrong colour in here, and that should be colour 9. Colour 9. Let's try that out now. So if we said 15, then the one that they're old enough comes in green, the one they're not old enough comes in red. So remember to save each time you're making some changes before you try and test the program out.